Okay, I think that we are live from my kitchen. I'm just going to wait for everybody to show up and light the candle. Okay, hey, NTM station. Hi. We're having a bit of a slow start tonight, but that's okay because it's a full moon in Libra, and Libra people like to take their time. It's a very Venusian sweet energy. Hi, Ga. Hi, Gabriela Lopez. Hello, querida. Hi, Harshana. Hey, I'm so happy to have you here, guys. We're just gonna give it a second for more people to join the chat and then I will just begin. I'm just having some coffee because I woke up from a nap. Today I've been having a bit of a glamorous day. I realized that I don't celebrate things enough in my life. I went for a long walk. I had some ice cream. I had some rosé wine and then I went to bed. I had a nap. So yeah, a bit of a glamorous day. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're feeling safe, that you're enjoying your weekend. And hi, Tamana. Hi, everyone. I really hope that you're able to enjoy your weekend, your free time. I hope that for most of you, your weekend is your free time, because I've been working a day job in the last 2 months while I was disappearing from the channel. And unfortunately, they asked us to work weekends and we had crazy shifts. So, yes, I know that not everybody has the luxury of having a weekend and enjoying their weekend. So, yeah, it's true. Long time no see. Well, it's been about 2 months. It's actually, wait, it's exactly 2 months because I remember that I disappeared around the full moon in Leo. I updated you guys that I'm no longer able to hold the full moon in Leo live because I had an issue with my neighbor. And indeed, I had a conflict which almost turned violent with my neighbor, who is well, he's got some issues. Let's just say I've got some issues, he's got some issues, and our issues did not find compromise. But it's okay, everything was solved. I'm going to let you guys know in another confessional video. I may upload it on the Eden nearby, everything that has happened, because in these 2 months I've been incredibly busy. I've been making some big changes. I don't think I will be filming from the same location at the next full moon if I am lucky enough. Hopefully, I pray to God. I'm trying to manifest a new location, so hopefully that will work out. But comment and let me know, what have you been doing in the last 2 months. I'm going to have a look at the whole live chat. Yeah, neighbors. Talking about neighbors, mine were fighting a lot today and make me anxious. Hi Akansha. Yeah, NTM station. It's really weird because full moons, eclipses, retrogrades, they tend to provoke and trigger a lot of people who are not doing inner work. A lot of people who are living at an unconscious level. Hi, Yaren Turan. Hi. Oh, so Yaren is saying that I started to watch you when I was 22, now I'm 26. Thank you kindly for hanging out with me for so long. I mean, this is such an achievement. Yes, Gabriela, I am going to move soon. Thank you so much. Yeah, everything is already started, so I'm no longer owning this place. It already belongs to other people. I'm just needing to find a soft place to land. And the only issue is that I'm a mama of 3 cats, so it's been difficult to find a place that accepts pets because people have become increasingly more difficult, more scared, more cruel in the last 2 years as we had this transit of Saturn and Pisces. And all of a sudden they don't accept children, they don't accept pets. They're asking for higher prices for everything. So yeah, I pray to God that we will find a place for me and my family of three cats. But I'm pretty sure we're going to find something much, much better. I feel it's very strange, but even though times are chaotic and Trump is trying to scare us all, and we're on the brink of World War III, I don't know. I have this kind of weird, bizarre feeling everything is gonna be all right. Also because I know astrologically what is happening is meant to happen. We are shifting. There are so many outer planetary transits. The gods of change, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, are in different planets. They are changing. And whenever one of them, so when we have just the transit of one planet shifting, we are collectively going through a massive change. But this year we have four. So of course it feels scary and weird and like you're losing your mind, like you don't know what's coming up, because we are meant to create our future. We are meant to create this new world that we want to live in. And that's going to be the difficult energy of Saturn in Aries. We are already, Neptune is in Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the beginning, right? It is spring. It is new life. Aries represents the baby of the zodiac. Um, yeah. So what? Somebody saying that not so much scary compared to the last administration? To that last administration. I don't know who you are, Mark, but I definitely find Trump scarier than what happened in the previous administration because Trump is very volatile. He's the sun in Gemini. And as you can see, he says something today and then he believes something else tomorrow. He says something today and then tomorrow he changes his mind. And if you believe that Trump is unreliable and weird at the moment, wait until Uranus enters his sign, Gemini, in this summer, in the summer of this year. He's going to become even more unreliable, unpredictable, spontaneous, erratic. I think people are actually going to see the underlying mental health issues that he has been dealing with. They're going to come up to the surface. They will no longer be able to be contained because Uranus is madness. Uranus in the lowest vibration, it rules the sign of Aquarius and it can actually show us genius or madness. So, yeah, I doubt that Trump is going to change overnight, have a spiritual epiphany, and access the higher vibration of Uranus in Gemini. I think we are just going to see all of the mental, erratic content spewing out. And I think that what's going to happen is that people are going to finally sober up and they are going to protest and take him down through revolution. And it's not going to happen just in America. It's going to happen in most countries all over the world because, as you can see, leaders are going ballistics at the moment. The decisions they're making, the way that they're protecting us, it's no longer working. We are in the lunar year of the snake. And in the lunar year of the snake, if you guys recall, one of the most powerful lunar years of the snake was 1989 when communism fell in Europe, right? It was the falling down, the taking down of the Berlin Wall. And it was the beginning of the revolution in Romania, in my country. It was one of the bloodiest revolutions in Europe. We had a lot of countries claiming their freedom from communism into democracy. And the year of the snake brings such a transformation, you know? It is the year in which people have had enough because it affects them the most where it hurts. And where does it hurt? In capitalist economy, it hurts when we are being attacked financially, yeah? So when we have little money, when we cannot buy food, when we can no longer fulfill our basic human needs, like shelter, food, water, heat, then we go into protest, into massive protests, violent protests if they have to be. I really hope that they won't be violent. I hope that Saturn in Aries is going to contain the violence because Saturn is about limits and Aries is about violence in the lowest vibration. In the highest vibration, Aries energy is about I've got the power, I can do it, I'm confident, I'm a pioneer, I'm going to think of new ways, Like Aries is that kind of vibe. That's why I love Aries energy so much because it's like, if you close all the doors around me and you tell me I can't do something, I am going to take a pencil, I'm going to draw a door, and I will create a path out of nothing, and everybody's going to follow me because you know, I'm not going to impose the stupid limits that you're imposing on life. I'm going to allow people to be free. Or if you kick me out of the door, I'm going to enter through the window. But I'm still going to do it, you know. And Aries, they're very physical, they're very present, you know, they wake up and they do things. You know, it's not like if you've been around them, and I had a couple of Aries in my life, they are very much like they wake up, they do things, they go to bed, you know, like they're not very reflective. It's not like they sit and think and it's like, should I do this? Should I not do this? That's Libra. That's their opposite sign. That's their shadow. And if you have met an Aries that is very doubtful, that is very afraid, that is very passive, that is an Aries that is overwhelmed by his or her Libra shadow. That is not a fully functioning Aries. A fully functioning Aries is like, you know, a bundle of energy, a bundle of charisma, a person that starts projects left and right and then delegates the task to other people so that they can continue them. Because Aries have a lot of starting power, but they don't really have a lot of like push through. They don't really have the ending, the maintaining, the sustaining power. That's why following from Aries, we have the stable sign of Taurus, and Taurus comes in after Aries season. It's like, okay, so you started all of these things. I see the potential in you. Let's maintain the wealth. Let's build it into something solid. Let's keep it. Let's multiply it. We are not going to budge, you know. So yeah, that's why they represent in the stages of the evolution of man in the zodiac. Aries is the baby and Taurus is the toddler, the one that has entered into the terrible twos period where you know, little kids say no, 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 and they create a lot of boundaries. That's Taurus energy. So we're at the moment at the cusp between Aries season and Taurus season. We're having this beautiful full moon in Libra. It's a pink moon. It's Venusian energy. And we're also having the end of the Venus retrograde. So it's the end of 44 days and nights in which Venusian energy was like, you know, she was kind of sleepy. She was kind of like all over the place. And you saw what happened to money and to the stock market that was being constantly deregulated by these random, chaotic political announcements. And we saw a lot of threats, right? A lot of ego in international relations. It's like there was no room for negotiation, cooperation, diplomacy, right? Because Venus was asleep. So she couldn't step in and say, okay, let's have a diplomatic conversation. What are you doing with money? Money is important. Don't just waste it away. Don't just throw it away. What are these tariffs, right? What are you doing here? So now Venus is waking up, and she's waking up quite strongly because she's not only awakened. Yes, awakening. My grammar is a little bit weird. She's brought to life basically by this full moon in Libra, illuminated, but also Venus retrograde is helping her. And Venus is now in Pisces, and astrologers consider that Venus in the sign of Neptune, Pisces, is considered to be exalted. So she is working at her finest. Yeah, she is embodying the qualities of compassionate brotherhood, sisterhood, unconditional love, you know, a connection to the higher minded aspects in life. That's Piscean energy in this area of Venus. It's like when the goddess of love and beauty comes together with the sign of spirituality, creativity, and selfless love and compassion. Apparently, astrologers believe this is the best combination. Yeah. I have some good news for you guys. Okay, so there are so many good news. That's why I'm not at all shocked and scared, because I know that the summer is gonna be fabulous. Why? First of all, from my sociological studies, I know that there are these periods in the collective, social-political periods, in which the forces of tradition clash with the forces of progress. And as these things happen, they usually let us know that the zeitgeist is changing. We are on the brink of progress. Whenever we see the rise of fascism, the rise of a lot of these like totalitarian regimes, that means we're doing something right. I know it's scary, I know it's bloody, I know it can turn violent, but we are actually progressing as humankind. Even if you look back at what happened in the Second World War, it was a really fearful period of time, Of course, people were battling for territory. It was brutal because a lot of us were unconscious. A lot of our ancestors were living life at a very materialistic, unconscious level. And that's why it was so violent. That's why it was such an eruption of libido into the collective. But there were also some phenomenal technological progressions. There were advancements in terms of the way that people related to one another. Because of the horrors of the Second World War, we had the Declaration of Human Rights. We had new regulation come into place. We suddenly became aware that we have a large group of orphans that we need to take care of in a specific way. We need to create social benefits for mothers and families that were destroyed by the war, by war veterans. We need to find a way to protect them and reimburse them. So we created as nations all sorts of new benefits, all sorts of new social benefits. There were also advancements in terms of how people used to wear clothing. The style changed. People turned to more relaxed types of clothing or more glamorous ways of decorating their bodies. Not to mention that we had such a phenomenal progress in terms of technology, like radio, television, audiovisual things, they all exploded in that period, right? So while we were battling psychologically with these forces of progress and we were tearing each other apart at the level of human beings, we were also progressing incredibly fast. There was so much tension in the area of futuristic achievements. Now, we are going through something similar at the moment, but it's in a more refined form because although there are many wars and conflicts in this world, and I'm very careful how I'm phrasing these things because obviously I want to maintain sensitivity to what is going on, but at the same time, I want you guys to keep in mind the excitement of progress because this goes hand in hand with what is going on at the moment. It's like the ones that hurt the most at the moment are the ones who don't want to let go of the old world, the ones who want to maintain what they have. And we need to all find the courage inside of us to just take a leap of faith into the unknown. And the unknown is terrifying right now because nobody has any clue what's going on. Yeah, there are no guarantees. So you have to take the biggest leap of faith of your life. And that's why we have the North Node in Pisces, because collectively we all have to demonstrate faith. And as soon as Saturn enters Aries, we have Neptune coupled in Aries, big efforts in terms of demonstrating daily courage, sustained daily courage in the creation of a new type of society. Because Pluto and Capricorn destroyed society. Okay, it destroyed society with rampant consumerism, exploitation of so many different types, all in the name of the almighty dollar bill. And now we need to find different ways to relate to one another because you see what's happening. A rise in loneliness, mental health problems, people not being able to pay their bills, cope with society in general. There are all sorts of like conflicts because people don't know how to relate to one another. Gender relations, dating, romance is at the bottom. It's like we don't know what to do. We don't trust each other. We don't look at each other. We don't empathize with each other anymore. We attack each other. We have these random bursts of ego in the public. We fight with each other all the time. So now hopefully, and this is my biggest hope, is that Saturn and Aries is going to come in and ice out the violence, ice out the ego, ice out the conflict. We are going to have to be brave, to take risks personally in our lives. And as we're doing this, we are going to have to be vulnerable and ask for help from other people. And as you go out into this world that is feeling like it's crumbling on some level, and you see, look, I was brave enough, I took this risk of, I took this leap of faith, I took this risk in my life, I can see that you're also struggling as well. Why don't we come together and we do something that benefits us both right now? Let's start again with something. Let's build something from the ground up, right? And that's where Pluto in Aquarius comes in, because power comes from banding yourself with other people, finding your turf, finding your tribe, finding your people, finding a group of outcasts just like you, a group of people roaming around in society being like, well, my house is destroyed, I don't have a job, I had to let go of a source of income, I no longer get along with my family, I may have split from a long-term connection, I may have separated from my wife or my husband, I don't know what to do. but I can connect with somebody else that is in a similar situation, and we can be each other's family as we try to navigate the unknown. Yeah, so that's basically what's going to happen. Power is no longer going to come from top down, but it's grassroots efforts. Yeah. And the good part is that both Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto, yeah, we have four big planets, are going to be friendly with each other. They're all going to be in signs that love each other. Yeah. So Aries, Gemini, and Aquarius get along. They are fire and air signs, and they create this beautiful, harmonious, friendly aspect called a sextile in astrology. So no longer are we going to have Uranus and Taurus fighting with Pluto and Aquarius. Those energies don't see eye to eye at all, because Uranus and Taurus was this traditionalist who was trying to bring progress by stubbornly holding on to a lot of material wealth. You're not going to be able to achieve that. Wealth by its nature is hard to contain because the energy of prosperity needs to be given room to breathe. That's why we have Jupiter in astrology ruling over Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, as you guys know, is associated with freedom. Abundance, prosperity comes together with an attitude of plenty, an attitude of there will always be enough for everybody to go around. I do not need to hold so tightly to resources and to be so afraid I'm going to lose them, because I know that wherever I travel, I see the abundance that God has created. I am part of this abundance. I generate wealth wherever I go. Yeah? That's why Sagittarians are so lucky, because they have this mindset that comes naturally to them. So, keeping this in mind, that Uranus in Taurus was not functioning well with Pluto in Aquarius, Neptune and Saturn in Pisces, not at all a good benefic energy with Jupiter in Gemini. They clash. They clash. It's like one wants progress, fast, speed, productive results. The other one is kind of like mopey and creative and fate prone and a little bit passive. So we've been having these great outer planetary transits that were clashing. It's like the gods were fighting on top of our heads. And obviously, we, as their children, are fighting amongst ourselves, because when children see parents arguing, they tend to copy that behavior. You know, it's Albert Bandura's modeling, children modeling after aggression, right? So now the children are going to see that the parents will calm down. The parents are going to go on a holiday and they're going to take their kids with them. So in this summer, you're going to definitely see improvements. Collectively, all of us, we're going to see improvements in a specific area of our lives where it was like a minefield. And we are also going to be given fresh opportunities. Ideas will come to us, options. Where there was only a blank wall, all of a sudden we wake up one morning with, oh my God, I absolutely love life. I am thinking of doing this crazy thing. Let's have a go at it and see what happens. You know, that kind of attitude was missing from our lives, because Piscean energy, and we've been having 2 years of this kind of energy, doesn't come with that kind of vibe. Piscean energy is like about going within. It's about not really like staying away from what is new. It's about being close to what is familiar, more attached to the past, reluctant to take risks, more about enduring what is sometimes even harmful. Yeah. But now the vibe is going to change, because we're getting more fire, we're getting more air, and air and fire signs do not have patience, okay? Especially these air and fire signs that we will have the planets in. Like Gemini, Aquarius, and Aries are potentially some of the most impatient signs of the zodiac. And what they have in common is that they love fast transportation. So expect to see progress, fast, crazy progress in terms of modes of transportation. Yeah, improvements in terms of railways, jetpacks, teleportation even. We are going to have faster ways of reaching each other. There may even be a change to the internet, or the way in which we communicate with each other. Telecommunications could become embodied, right? We have already been experimenting with chips being implemented into humans, and what was that thing? I think it was the Neuralink idea that Elon Musk was trying to put forth. Well, all of these things, expect them to come back with a vengeance. It's going to be quite powerful. And obviously, the problem will be that as modes of transportation will increase here on Earth, pollution could also rise. The quality of air could turn quite bad. Pluto in Aquarius, it's about deathly air. That's the downside of it. So, as we are pushing forward intensely towards progress, we may forget about the sensual aspect of living here on Earth. So, what will happen is that we will become all collectively obsessed and start working in occupations that deal with the exploration, mapping, discovery of outer planetary elements. Yeah. So, that's going to be a big part of this change, right? Um, yeah, and I guess the wealthy ones are going to be the first ones that will take a sample of this. They're already planning the creation of a taxi to take us from Earth into space, from what I understood, to visit the International Space Station, and then maybe the moon, and then maybe Mars. They're scheduling trips already for the very rich members of society. So it's going to take a while until it reaches us humble, ordinary people here on Earth. But I guess that we will continue to have this choice, whether you want to live here or you want to take a trip to Mars and colonize there. But anyway, that's going to take a while. I'm getting way ahead of myself with these predictions, but I just want you to know, guys, that it's just one more month, okay? And it's gonna feel like we're waking up from a bad dream. Venus is already waking up and she's a bit shocked to see what's been going on. I kept having I was doing personal readings and I had this card that kept popping up, and this is the card of Libra. It's from the Citadel Oracle. This is a representative of the merchant, and the keywords are self-worth and trade. These two issues have been at the core of the previous Venus retrograde, right? Because trade relations have been impacted very strongly by Trump's tariffs, right? And by the breakdown of diplomatic negotiations all over the world. But we also see here self-worth issues. And I've been receiving a lot of messages from you guys about what's going on. Like, I've been doing some really good work with my self-love, but I've been falling back into ugly patterns, or I started a connection with somebody and this person ghosted me, or this person abandoned me. I keep saying it over and over again, but retrogrades are moments when we will be so tempted to fall in love with somebody and to begin a connection, only to be brutally disappointed by the end of the transit. I can tell you because it happened in my life 2 times. One time when I wasn't aware of astrology, and I remember that connection very strongly. And the second time when I was aware of astrology, but I kept thinking, nah, astrologers, what do they know? No, come on, I was still doubtful. And I launched myself into this connection and I thought, oh my God, I met the man of my dreams. We are so compatible. It's so amazing. And the Venus retrograde went direct, and I found out he was engaged to be married to somebody, and he had been for 5 years. And he basically just dumped me so he could travel back home and marry his sweetheart. So, yes. That was a brutal awakening, but it was such an important lesson because that was the moment when I realized, okay, retrogrades are real. Astrologers are correct. I have had a brutal disappointment twice in my life. All of these relationships happened during this Venus retrograde, and now I am learning. That's why I love astrology. That's why I'm an astrologer. That's why I'm so committed to the cause of astrology, because I've been going through experiences throughout my life, and every time, even when I was doubtful, even when I was skeptic, it's like the universe is like, no, 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 let me teach you an important lesson. So it's happening as well right now with Saturn in Pisces. Sometimes it's hard to see the lesson while you are undergoing the transit. Sometimes you need the benefit of hindsight. You need a bit of time to pass to understand what the transit is about. You're not going to be able to say, yay, Saturn just entered Aries. I'm ready. I see the lessons. It's just 1 month into Saturn in Aries, and all Aries people are like, yeah, we got this. Okay, Saturn, yeah, we know what you want us to do. No, 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 my darlings, it's going to take a while. It's going to take about 6 to 7 months until you figure out, hang on a minute, that was a test to my ego. I'm an Aries. Ah, wait, Saturn is in Aries. Maybe I should have been a bit more humble in that situation, you know? You are gonna make some mistakes, but Saturn loves you making mistakes, okay? One of the most important things I've learned from this transit of Saturn in Pisces was don't be afraid to make mistakes. I was so perfectionistic in the past. I was very disciplined. I didn't want to disappoint myself or other people that counted on me. I allowed myself the space of 2 years to make a lot of mistakes. And I made mistakes and I learned from them. And now I'm so grateful for what I've learned. Without mistakes, you do not learn. Without mistakes, you stay stuck. You have to make mistakes. You have to kind of dissolve your ego, because when you make mistakes, you can't be proud, right? And Saturn is blocking you from being prideful. And pride is considered to be one of the worst sins in the Bible, right? It is usually associated with the brightest angel, Lucifer, who fell down hardest and became the toughest mofo, as you guys know, transformed into the devil, right? So Saturn has some benefic aspects. It is associated with darkness and limits and blocks and karma, because it's blocking you from feeling proud about your real life achievements for a limited period of time. It humbles you so that you can change something about your personality by making a lot of mistakes. And the important thing is that you have to be open to make mistakes. If you want to survive this transit and ace it, this is not about being perfect and not making mistakes. This is about being comfortable with the act of not being perfect and making a lot of mistakes. So, as Saturn will enter Aries, it will affect those of you who have obviously the Sun in Aries, the Moon in Aries, the Ascendant in Aries, the South Node, and the North Node in Aries. These are going to be the strongest affected. Then on the other side, you will have those of you who have your Saturn return. You guys will be the superstars, because Saturn return, as you guys know, it's a period of deep tests. Those of you who have Saturn that will conjunct your Venus or your Mars, it's not going to be such a hard transit. You just need to understand what will be affected. And usually when people have the transit of Saturn to their Venus, they are given opportunities to make a lot of money, but they have to be very disciplined. And they will be tested in their commitment in terms of love as well. I made a lot of money when I had my Saturn transiting over my Venus. I was basically locked inside my house and I was building the spiritual social. You know, I was focused on personal orders. I was focused on making sure I eat well, making sure I have a daily spiritual routine that would enable me to manifest. And I had no romantic contact. Actually, all the people that I thought were romantically linked with me were cleaned up from my life. And the people that I would meet, the people that I dated in the period when Saturn was transiting my Venus, they all came with certain conditions, or I had to be careful because they felt good, like great partners, but then it turned out that they were crooks, or that they were trying to like swindle or take advantage of me. So you have to be very patient with the people you meet while you have Saturn transiting over your Venus. Saturn transiting over your Mars, be careful for accidents. It will be a period that will require a lot of intense effort and stamina. It's a great period to go to the gym or to take on a daily sport to train yourself. There could be issues with muscles, issues with headaches. So you have to be a bit more slow. You have to temper yourself down a little bit. Yeah. There could be some random accidents, especially since Aries, it's such a bundle of energy, but it's also an accident prone sign. The most important part of the body that we will all have to protect starting from the 25th of May will be the head. Yeah, the head, both what's inside of it, so mental health is going to have to be super important, but also what's outside of it. So maybe wearing helmets, maybe wearing face masks, maybe wearing sunglasses, due to the weird environmental changes that Pluto and Aquarius may create around us, but also being careful as to, unconscious people's random violent outbursts in society. So we may need to protect that. Like if you take part in a protest, make sure that you cover your head somehow, right? So that other people cannot hit you randomly or accidentally. If you are, if you just bought a bike or a scooter and you're trying to, you know, increase your speed, it's like I need to get from my place to work very fast, and I got a scooter. Again, don't drive without a helmet. Be very careful, because blows to the head are important. I mean, it's very hard to remedy them. Yeah, so you don't want to begin this next karmic cycle with head trauma or head injuries. Okay, I feel like I've been talking a lot. I always just launch into these weird tirades, and sadly, I don't really script these moments. So thank you so much for being so patient and bearing with me. I actually, because I'm in the process of packing things up, I have taken out one of the decks that used to be, I think I used this in my first live in 2020, I think. Yeah, it's called the Illuminated Tarot, and it brings me back. I'm feeling quite nostalgic, and I just thought, okay, why don't we use it in this specific session? So yes, I'm opening up the space for lessons in the shape of humans. Just pulled up my transit report for 2022-2026, and you mentioned lessons in the shape of humans. Yeah, Ashley, yeah, it's a classic deck, definitely. Yeah, thank you so much, NTM Station. An ASMR channel. I'll see where I can squeeze that in. I've been very focused on gaming and astrology. I'm really way behind the videos I want to create on my astrology channel. I have so much I want to create, and it seems like my astrology channel is the one that is working, like it's the only one that's growing at the moment, the spiritual cosmos. And I think it's because I'm so excited about creating things for it. But I also mentioned that with Pluto and Aquarius, tarot, card games, anything related to intuition is going to be a bit on the background, while astrology, anything related to, for example, human design, psychological pattern interpretation, all of these things are going to become more powerful. So there's more power in therapy, astrology, and human design than there will be in card games or tarot. These were aspects that grew very strongly while we had Neptune in Pisces, but now Neptune is in Aries. So it's a lot about creating your own special way of doing readings. Yeah, so we may see in the next period something that maybe transcends pick a cards, you know, like for example, I created the rose petal readings in 2020. Who knows, maybe I wake up one day and I create something else, or it's not me, maybe it's somebody else, you know, maybe it's another great tarot reader out there that comes up with this idea and everybody starts following that model, you know. Okay, so all this being said, please send me your questions. So what would you like help with? Let me pull a card for you. What issue do you have that I can help you with? Okay, please just one question and make it direct so I can give you a direct answer. Let's see. For some reason my chat has restarted, I think. So I'm just looking at some of the comments. But do I have to learn so many lessons? Yeah, I constantly keep thinking like, why am I being tested so much? Is it like a competition? Am I gonna win a prize? Do I have to become a superb human being? It's like, what is going on? And I think it's just, it's for you, it's for your soul's development. I'm not sure if there is an end game or an award ceremony at the end of all this effort. Um, yeah, I think this is something that's beyond, you know, beyond my capacity of comprehension at the moment as a human being. I think it has to do with spirit and spirit's intention, and that's very hard to tap into or interpret. Thank you kindly, Ashley. Thank you so much, Ashley, for the donation. I'm just noticing them now. Thank you, NTM Station, for the donation as well. Please let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. So, Penpy, should I start a business in this economic climate? I would say as soon as Saturn enters Aries, perfect, go ahead. And the cards agree with me. Okay, Penpy, yes, definitely. You have everything that it takes. We have here the King of Pentacles, yeah? So I see here financial wealth, resources. You need a plan. You need daily discipline and a plan. And you need to invest your money wisely. So ask people for advice, but definitely take control. You know, this is the optimum period for you to begin something new, yeah, especially from the 25th of May when Saturn enters Aries. Like I've been seeing a lot of there is this franchise called Fru. It's like a supermarket franchise which I think comes from Poland, and they I went last year to a job fair, and I talked to a person because they had this really bright neon green sign, and I went there and I was like, hey, what is this, are you giving free yogurt? And they indeed were giving free yogurt samples, but they were also talking to people, random people. You don't need to have any special like skills or expertise. You just need to have the confidence to lead a shop of your own. Like this company would give you like the space and the tools, and all you need to do is run the supermarket yourself, and it's part of a franchise, so you get like support from the people, from the original business creators, but you are your own boss. You earn as much as you can promote the products in that specific shop. And after that fair, I was thinking, should I open my own shop? I don't know if this is something that would appeal to me because I'm rather a service kind of person rather than a product seller. But I noticed that in this neighborhood in which I'm living at the moment, 5 shops opened from that franchise. So already people are thinking about the potential of becoming their own bosses as part of this franchise, you know. It's a really cool idea, and I'm really curious to see how Saturn in Aries in the next 2 years is going to change the landscape with these new shops that have opened. They do have really surprising packages, like you can get a hot dog and a coffee for less than I think €2, which is really good in the current economy, you know, and I think that they're going to thrive if they keep those prices and the quality of the products good, you know. So Penby, yes, yeah, 100%. King of Pentacles, go ahead, do it. It's going to lead you to financial stability and independence. Just keep in mind discipline and good planning, yeah? And as I'm saying this to you guys, I'm saying this to myself because I also need to begin having a bit more consistency. Okay. Okay, now I see your questions. For a moment I had this lag, and sorry, I keep putting my finger on the image. Okay, Sana, hi, can you tell me, will me and my person reconnect soon? What can you see in our energy? Okay, Sana, will you reconnect soon with your person? I see that the situation with your person, we have here the 7 of Cups. It looks like a dream come true. You may think that this person has everything, I want to be with them, but you're glossing over some red flags with your person. You know, there is an illusion here. You have created an illusion about this person, unfortunately. You tend to see this person with rosy colored glasses. I see that there will be more options in the future for you, and you will have a choice of a different type of partner, and you are encouraged to see this person for who they really are, not for who you think that they are, because there is a lot of wishful thinking that intervened in this relationship between you and your person. And if you have been separated from this person, consider it God's protection. It's like God is trying to keep you away, you know, like, don't push the door, don't push this, you know, don't walk in. It's like angels are grouping around you saying, no, 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 walk in the other direction. Let this person be, yeah? Constantly, like, it's hard sometimes to know the difference, right? I also struggle with this in my life. Knowing the difference between when should you be consistent and push towards something and when should you walk away and let it go, right? It's a very difficult balance to figure out. Hi S. Iwana Ketsopulo. Hi, any general message for me? Okay, let's see, Iwana. It's really nice to see new people in the chat. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Um, it's always a surprise. I never expect people to join me. Okay, so the deck is giving me the previous card, which means that I need to change the deck. I'm gonna pull some cards from the Moon and Stars Tarot right now. Okay, general message for you, Anna. I'm not gonna shuffle, I'm just gonna pull. Three of Swords, heartbreak. So if you are in a relationship with somebody, Iwana, I am guided to say that you shouldn't necessarily continue with this connection because it may lead to heartbreak. If you have recently separated from somebody, you have to take your time to process your feelings. I see here a situation in which there may have been three people involved. Maybe there was a betrayal. The general message is to be careful of heartbreak, process your feelings if heartbreak happens, and try not to deceive yourself in a personal relationship. With Saturn and Pisces at the final degree, at the anaretic 29th degree, which we are approaching fast, a lot of the situations in our life, they look in a certain way, but in reality, they are very different. Nothing is as it seems, right? Pisces energy, Neptune energy can be very deceiving. So you have to double check things and make sure that people are who they say that they are, that documents have written on them the details that you agreed upon. Okay. And that's an important message because you hear the police alarm confirming this, yeah? Akansha, what does universe guide, sorry, what is the universe guiding you to focus mostly on? Okay, so what should Akansha focus on? Not dropping cards to the ground. Five of Pentacles. Akansha, you need to have a dialogue with yourself about what causes insecurity in your life. Why are you insecure? But not necessarily why are you insecure, because your feelings are valid. This is more about what makes you feel insecure. What triggers anxiety inside of you? Do you become anxious when you scroll on social media and you compare yourself with other people? Do you become anxious when you look at your bank account and you see that you have very little money in it? What gives you an anchor, a point of safety, a point of stability? Go for that. Yeah. I see that you need to focus on money, making money, saving money, earning money. Yeah. And I feel that in some way, yes, yes, exactly. It's like the alarm is having a conversation with me and you. Um, I feel like in some way, you building your financial stability has something to do with you feeling included in a specific group, or you feeling like you are worthy of things, but you should focus on money and work. Okay, let's see. Who do we have here? I want to see the people that have first written me. Imana. Tamana Sedagati. Could you please tell me what is holding me back from changing? A very good question. Thank you for asking that. Oh, kindness. You're too giving. You're too giving. You have to be a bit more bitchy, Tamana. I'm sorry, this is such a weird message, but you see it here, right? Six of Pentacles, kindness. You're too generous. You're too giving. You're allowing everybody to come into your life with their boots, and you're even polishing their boots after they have trampled all over you. Tamana, you have to be a bit more like, you don't get access to me, Slam the door in people's faces. I think that you need to get more in touch with the masculine energy, with Mars energy, you need to find a way to integrate aggression, because you're a human being, which means that you're part spiritual, part animal, and you have to get more in touch with that animal part of yourself that growls at people that have something to do with you. I know it may sound weird, but believe me, when you integrate the animal part, when you come face to face with your aggression, You stop projecting it on other people, or you stop being surprised by it, and you find a way to use it. You find that energy, you find a way to use that energy to move forward in your life with projects, to defend yourself when people are attacking you as well. Yeah. So be less kind with other people, be more kind with yourself, protect yourself, and don't be afraid to say no, to be a bit more aggressive, to be a bit more territorial. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So Tamana has been struggling with masculine energy lately. It's a big thing for women because we are educated from such an early age that it's unfeminine, right? To be like, you don't want to be bitchy, right? You want to be kind, you want to be giving, you want to be sweet, because you're being told that this is what people in society will like about you. That's what makes you a good future wife or a good partner, right? But it's not so easy because at some point you are a human being. You have selfish needs, you have sexual needs, you lose your shit, and you explode on people, and that's okay to a certain extent. The important thing is to be aware of it, because when you are aware of a specific part of yourself, you get to control it, to a certain degree. If you think of yourself, oh, I never have desires, I'm never passionate, I never raise my voice, there's something wrong there. It means that you've created a shadow part of yourself that could come up when you least expect it and scare other people. So it's good to make friends with those parts of yourselves that you don't like, because when you make friends with them, they stop surprising you and they stop self-sabotaging you in your life. Okay, and enough with the psychological lesson. Let's see. Gabriela. Hi Lexi, it's been really hard emotionally, financially, just all aspects of my life right now and for a while. I need a new beginning. Is moving away in the cards for me? Gabriela, I think that you're resisting prosperity, right? If I remember correctly, Gabriela, you have some Gemini energy in your chart. Because it's interesting, because if you have Gemini energy in your chart and you're struggling while Jupiter is in Gemini, it could be that you are holding on to something that you have to let go. The moment when you let go, good luck comes in. That's a Jupiter transit. I remember when I was having Jupiter transiting into my 8th house, I found out that my husband was cheating on me for the second time. So he cheated on me once, I forgave him. Then Jupiter entered my 8th house, he cheated on me again. And all of a sudden, I just had this rage, this kind of like divine rage building up inside of me. And I couldn't stomach. I started throwing up. It was so painful to me. And I just decided, that's it, enough is enough. And that was the moment when all of a sudden things started changing for the better for me. The moment when I said, I'm going to divorce you because I can no longer take this. You do not treat me in this way. As painful as it is for me to let you go, because I still loved him so much, I just couldn't allow him to treat me in this way. So I took that decision, and it was really good. Money started coming in, opportunities for work. People were inviting me out to listen to me and to give me some comfort. I was resisting Jupiter. I was resisting this important decision. I didn't want to let it go. And Jupiter in the 8th house, it's about finding out about betrayal and taking your power back. It's a complicated placement of Jupiter. Okay, so Gabriela, you hear the alarm outside, right? You got the star, inspiration. You are resisting a really big change that is actually for the better. Uh, you are holding on to what is familiar because of fear, Gabriela. You have to make a bold move into something new. Even if you don't know if that thing is going to work out, it's definitely much better than what you've been living through at the moment. The star is about the future. Your future seems really bright, Gabriela. So allow inspiration, allow this fire inside of you, because I think this is why I shared my personal story with the divorce. That fire that was born inside of me was scary to me, because I normally didn't feel so passionate, but it was exactly the right thing that I needed, like a lioness waking up and going like, wow. That's what you need to do right now, Gabriela. That's it, enough. Close doors, end chapters, pack your bags, move. move into this next chapter, it's so much better for you. Your future looks incredibly bright. Yeah. And don't be afraid to put effort into something you've always wanted to do. I see here that anything related to performance, being on stage, being in front of people, talking to people, engaging in telecommunications, media presentations, all of these things you're gonna have good luck with, especially if you have Gemini energy. Okay, Gabriela, if you have Gemini energy in your chart, make it work for you. Yekta, hi there from Iran. I've been watching your videos for years, so I've recently broken up with my ex and I was a little worried if he's gonna give me any troubles later. Oh, okay, so let's see. Yekta and her boyfriend. So let's see, she broke up. Is he gonna give you some problems later? I think this is mostly your anxiety. You know, when we break up with somebody, we go through that separation anxiety. It is not very stable. Like psychologically, we need a bit of period to feel like we are stable and grounded. But I see very strongly here that he's not going to do anything to you, Yakta, okay? Eight of Swords is mostly, I think that you're going to find out some really harsh truths. It's like you've been blind to his behavior or to what he was doing. You decided to break up, and then more information is coming towards you as to all the ways in which he lied to you, and maybe to other people in your social group, to his family, to other people. But I don't think he's going to do anything bad to you. It's mostly your anxiety. It's the separation anxiety that you have to come to terms with. Yeah. And it's natural. Everybody goes through this when we separate from an important relationship. Okay. So just take your time and wait and watch for new information related to him. He's not going to hurt you. This is a card that is very more about the mind and more about communication. Yeah. So S, how will my future be in the coming months? Yeah, Yekta saying that her boyfriend was so two-faced. He was definitely lying. And people who lie to us lie to themselves on a big level, so there is room for compassion there. But there's definitely no room for you going back to him or no. Don't put up with that kind of behavior. You can understand them. You can be compassionate to what he's going through. We all go through a lot of issues, but draw a boundary as well. Okay, so S, I see that you may be caught up in a situation here right now that you need to find more information about, because I see that there is somebody here who's trying to steal something from you. Like in terms of, be careful, S, whom you share your ideas with. You guys know the golden rule of manifestation. Don't share things before they are already manifested. It's tricky because sometimes you feel very excited about a project. Sometimes you need to talk to a lot of people about a project or something that you're trying to do. But choose these people carefully. So S, in the future for you, I see that you're going to have to overcome a deceit from somebody close to you. And you can begin to prepare for this moment by being very careful whom you share information with, okay? So be mindful about, if I have this important sensitive information, maybe I shouldn't share it with all of my friends. Maybe I can only share it with my family members if I have to. Or maybe I can only talk to a paid professional, right? So be careful about the information you share. Yeah, this is a period in which you have to be very mindful about the information. Nikita, hello Nikita. May I ask if the Cappy I'm interested in is worth opening up to? You want to open up to a Capricorn? Good luck. I'm sorry, I'm just being cheeky, okay? So, 5 of Wands, chaos. No, keep it in. don't. I'm sorry. Okay, so first of all, here's the deal. You don't open up to a Capricorn. Capricorns, Taurians, Virgons, if you go to them with feelings, you're gonna freak them out. They're earth signs, yeah, primarily, and especially those of them who have like double planets in that sign. Check the chart of this person. Is he just the sun in Capricorn, or does he have like a lot of planets in water? Because if you're dealing with a Capricorn that has an ascendant in Scorpio and a moon in Pisces, then yeah, definitely go and talk to him about your deepest desires and what you dreamt last night and fantasies and everything. That's gonna bring you guys super close together. But if you're dealing with a Capricorn that has an ascendant in Taurus and a moon in Aries, no. If you go to him with feelings, he's gonna be like, so what can I do? So what is the plan? Do you need money? Okay, what's going on? I don't understand. Why are you crying? Why are tears coming out of your, did somebody hurt you? Do you want me to go and beat him up? That's gonna be the reaction, okay? Because they're gonna problem solve, right? Earth signs problem solve. You go to them with feelings, they come to you with a 6-year plan as to how we need to invest in a really good house in a really nice neighborhood, and they put you in through a project where you need to do aromatherapy and eat better so that you can control your feelings. That's the reaction, you know? That's just how they are, and we love them for that. You just have to be mindful whether that style of relating fits with your style of relating, because maybe you need somebody who's a bit more emotional and you need to seek a better partner. But I see here very strongly that if you go to your Cappy with feelings, if you open up to this person, you're going to freak them out. And there may be conflict created, and this person is going to want to do something physical to help you. They may not be able to reciprocate. So don't expect them to open up to you too, because this person may just freeze, you know? Okay, so let's see. Sorry, I understand that my answers are a little bit more expansive in this section, but I hope that this helps. Harshana, can you please tell me when I will complete my PhD? I'm kind of in a rut on that front. Okay, well, you know, you've got the power because you're in control. A PhD is potentially the first most important project in which you are the boss, you are in control. Yeah, that's why it's terrifying, but it's also exhilarating because you get to be your own boss. So I guess you finish the PhD when you decide that it's time for you to complete it. But here's what the cards are saying. So we have Six of Swords, movement. Yeah, I see that Six of Swords is not really fast energy, but neither it is the slowest. The slowest would be the pentacles, the coins. So I see here a period of 6 weeks in which you will make an important decision to move forward with your PhD. I don't feel that you will finish it in 6 weeks. It could be 6 months from now. But in 6 weeks' time, you will reach a point of clarity about maybe the conclusion to your PhD, maybe the fact that you will no longer have resources to sustain it, or maybe the fact that you've just figured out, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired of this study period in my life. I am ready to wrap this part of my life and, you know, complete it and move on to the next part of my life. That's what helped me when I completed my PhD. I just understood, okay, I'm ready to wrap up this project because I have another exciting project I want to start doing. Yeah, I want to be in a different location. I want to teach. I want to earn more money. And that really pushed me into finishing my PhD because I could no longer remain a student. I wanted to be a lecturer. Yeah, I wanted to teach. I wanted to have a good salary. I no longer wanted to be a PhD that was in limbo. Yeah. So I feel that movement is coming for you and you're going to reach the same realization. Okay, let's see. Guys, don't be greedy. If you already had a question that was answered, don't ask again, okay? God is watching. Don't cheat. Okay, a card dropped to the floor. Give me a second. And this is the card, the moon, for Lily. How does Arthur feel towards me? He's been distant and weird lately. Give it time, guys, because Venus has been retrograde. I don't know how many times I need to say this, but you know, if a relationship, the basic rule of a Venus retrograde is if a relationship was going well and the Venus retrograde came and all of a sudden this person is distant and weird, you will see how this connection will continue to be nice after the Venus retrograde ends. So from tonight onwards, Lily, you have a very good chance of having a good relationship with him. If you meet somebody new during a Venus retrograde, chances are that this relationship will dissolve by the time Venus goes direct. This is the basic rule of Venus retrogrades, yeah? No new people and problems with old people in your life. And we have here Lily the moon, misinterpretation. You just had a misunderstanding, and it was in some way related to the eclipse period, because we had not only two retrogrades overlapping each other, but we had a full moon in Aries. No, we had a new moon in Aries, a full moon in Pisces. So it was the eclipse corridor, weird misinterpretation. People were acting out from an unconscious part of their selves. So don't worry, Lily. You will get back on track in this relationship starting from today, because Venus is going direct and there will be more harmony and more love between you and him. Yeah. Angel. Hi, Lexi. Will you please give me a career and love guidance? A career and love, Angel? That's a bit greedy. Okay, let's see what I have for you. I'm going to pull just one card and see. Laura, I saw you, okay? I love it when I have some of my co-nationals joining the chat, when I have like a couple of Romanian light workers in the chat. Okay, I feel like this deck is tired because I keep getting cards dropped to the floor. I am also getting incredibly warm. You guys know that whenever I divinate, I get really warm. Just a second, I need to drink some coffee. I just love these sessions. I love doing this with you guys. And I never realized that, you know, I have needs that I need to take care of, or that time has already passed. We're already at 1 hour mark. But I'm going to keep it going for longer, mostly because I've been away in the last period. So, the deck just keeps giving me the previous answers. Or they keep dropping to the ground. Okay, let me just do it like this. Angel, for you, I'm going to pull this card. Okay, so you got the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. I think that in some way you asked for a career and love guidance because they are related. Angel, you may meet somebody that you'll be romantically infatuated with through your work. So it's important right now to focus on finding a job in an area that you love to be in, because if you find this kind of occupation that you love to, you know, show up for each day, then earning money is going to be easier, and you're also going to meet a person that's going to be quite compatible with you, okay? So that's why you asked for the love. And I'm only laughing because I pulled, this card came up for you first, I pulled it back in the deck, the cards dropped to the ground, I shuffled again, this card appeared again. So Spirit is being very adamant about this was your card, okay? And most likely I feel that most likely you should gravitate towards corporate work, safe occupations, where occupations that attract a lot of earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. You most likely will find them dealing with finances, investments, banking, working for important corporations, you know, places of legacy and tradition. Okay, I don't know if the tarot is getting tired or what is going on, but cards are spilling all over the place. Let's see. The cards, Catherine is like super laughing about it. I know, they're like all over the place. Let's see. Sam X. I kind of feel like I've been missing out on some of the questions. I do apologize, guys. Yeah, Ashley's like, use the broken isn't bad tarot. I would love to, but I've already packed it in one of my suitcases. And I'm a messy packer. I just take things and I put them into suitcases, and then I figure, oh, I should have maybe labeled my boxes, you know? Yeah, no Virgo energy here, you know? As a Virgo, I think I would have been more organized in my packing. But I'm just like, take things from shelf, put in box, pay a person to come and transport them for me to my new home. That's me, you know. Wait, I think I was looking for Laura Lupu. Where is your question? there has to be there has to be a better way for me to deal with this chat. I was thinking about installing a live streaming program. Um, there will be updates, there will be upgrades. I promise you guys, I will get educated in these things and I will update. Um, Laura, could I please kindly ask you to type your question again because it got lost? I will deal with Ga. Let's see. So, thank you for your efforts. I appreciate it. I really want to know his true thoughts and feelings about me. It's complicated. Okay, so his thoughts and feelings for Ga. How do you restore your trust in men, Yekta? You have to work with the man inside of you, and you have to heal your relationship to your father. That's the most important thing. So focus on your relationship to your father, what you've learned from that connection, how it hurt you, how it nourished you, and come to terms with your own masculinity. And that's why you have to repair the man inside of you if you want to love a man outside of you. Yeah. Yes, I could get a moderator shot. That is true. That is true. Um, if only the regulations in my country wouldn't be so strict about the way in which a small business is run. You know, there are no benefits and there are a lot of taxes and rules about me being able to hire people. So yeah, that's the main reason. So Ga, what are his true feelings about you? Well, we have here the Ten of Swords. This is also the rebirth card, Pluto. Very intense feelings, but they are quite negative. Okay, Ga, so be careful. You're dealing here with an individual that is quite full of pride, very focused on himself, and kind of feels like you betrayed him or like you said something that you shouldn't have said. Maybe it was a misunderstanding, but you can see this is a rooster announcing the break of dawn. The Ten of Swords is the card of betrayal, but the Awakening card is a card of Pluto. So I don't really like this kind of energy. It's a lot of blue, so it's a lot of sadness, disappointment. It's almost like this person feels like you disappointed him. But maybe you've done nothing of the sort. This is just his interpretation. Yeah. Do moderators have to get paid? I don't think so. I usually had a person called Kate who would just step in and moderate the chat. And she was really awesome. I hope that she's okay. I haven't seen her for the lives in a while now. Okay, let's see. Sanj, what is my full moon blessing? Thank you. Sanj. Your full moon blessing is feeling emotionally balanced, feeling content. Yeah, we have here the Nine of Cups. It could even be that a wish of yours is coming true. Yeah, Sanj, so make a wish because you have the beautiful energy right now of manifesting it into reality. Yeah? Okay. Nine of Cups is, I can't really say much about it. It's the card of I feel really good. You know, I feel balanced, I feel content, and I'm thinking about a wish of mine that I would want to bring into reality. You know, it's that card of I found a lamp and I'm gonna rub the lamp and the genie comes out and at least a wish of mine will come true, if not all three of them. So let's see. I'm still looking for Laura. Ah, Laura. Look up journaling, write about what you want and if it's happening now with positive, exciting emotions. So I think Penny is trying to help Laura with something. I'm still looking for Laura's question. Yeah. I feel a hollow feeling in my stomach. I feel like some needs are missing. How do I manifest them? The stomach is so important, Laura. I'm so happy that you brought it into conversation because with the South Node in Virgo, all of this unknown, you know, the unknown that we're experiencing in the collective is very hard to stomach, right? A lot of changes, a lot of uncertainty hits us in the belly. And the belly is the sacral chakra. It's the one that gets healed when we are supported in our personal connections, when we have people that trust us, when we are doing something creative, we heal that area in our body, and our stomach issues tend to diminish or disappear completely. So you have to put your trust into other people, and you have to find a creative outlet. You have to, like, a creative outlet doesn't even need to be necessarily to sing or dance or paint. You can just put your thoughts and your feelings and your worries on paper. You can pray and give your thoughts and worries to God, you know. You just need to have this practice of, you know, how it used to be in the past in the church, going to a confessional. Do it for yourself in your own private time. But there needs to be this expression of what you feel so that you stop it moving inside of you as weird energy. But let's see what the cards have to say for you, Laura. And that's something that hopefully can help a lot of people. Queen of Pentacles. I see that you definitely need to be more focused on your body and have a daily ritual surrounding your body, Laura. Exactly as I said earlier. So either write your thoughts down, but I see that you can take it even a step further. Schedule that you have a massage at least once a month, or start doing yoga and breathing exercises at least twice a week. Go for a walk in the park every day. Yeah. It's your choice what you want to do, but you have to do something physical. You have to put your body into motion so that you can process feelings. And also, I would recommend putting it on paper, expressing your feelings. Yeah. And you will see how you replenish yourself. Cards are dropping again. It's like, you guys really want to have a look at my llama over here, and the full moon blush pink roses. This is so strange, but my cats love to eat plants. They're very much like myself. When I was little, I was also munching on flowers and cats. I was munching on flowers and cats, definitely. No, my cats are like me when I was little and munching on flowers. They're very similar to my type of behavior. Like my mom told me once that I was waiting for my grandma at the train station, and my mom brought a little bouquet of flowers and she put them in my hands because she thought that would be nice for grandma to see her niece, yeah, her niece holding flowers, welcoming her, and I just started eating the flowers, you know. And now my cat Noah has been munching on the roses to the point where it actually chopped off the rose. Yeah, so I don't know how he did it, because he has these really cute tiny saber tooth kind of teeth, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. Like, I feel like I'm saying stupid things. What did the cat taste like? Oh, thank you, Shaw, kindly for the donation. Let's see, let's take your question. Will I be in a relationship this year? I'm not gonna tell you, Ashley. You're gonna have to imagine that, okay? Delicious cats. Okay, so will you be in a relationship this year? Oh, not only one. How will you meet them? I see that you should definitely go to festivals, amusement parks, or places where people gather and have fun. Like, I don't know, a market event, a person singing in your local community. I definitely feel that artistic, cultural events are important places where people go to have fun, relax, and listen to entertainment, leisure activities. I see here the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups. You will fall in love this year, and I think that you will have more than one romantic option. The problem would be choosing somebody, okay? Because you're going to be so inspired and you're going to feel so romantic, that you're going to maybe upset the balance in relationships by dating too many people at the same time. So be careful with that. But I see that definitely is possible for you. You're going to meet at least one person that you're going to fall in love with this in the coming year. And you should definitely go around places of fun, amusement parks, bars, go with friends, especially places where people come together to celebrate and have fun. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I'm also going in the summer. I'm going to a Skunk Anansi concert. Skunk Anansi is coming to Bucharest. Yay! And they are such an old school band. Like, I used to listen to them when I was in high school. I don't even know if any of you actually know of them, but they had a lot of songs that I used to cry to when I was little. And it's interesting because the lead singer of Skunk Anansi, she is Sun in Aries, yeah, and she's like this really awesome, powerful, rebellious person. And yeah, she really marked my growing up years, my adolescence. And it's fascinating that right now Saturn is coming into Aries and she's finally coming with her band to Bucharest, and I'm finally going to be able to see her. So I think it's meant to be, you know, her Sun in Aries, Saturn is in Aries, my Jupiter and North Node are in Aries. Everything is aligning, yeah. So yeah, exciting, exciting times. Anyway, enough about me. Let's go back to your questions. Ashley did karaoke last night. Oh my goodness! I have been playing Spirit Tea, and in Spirit Tea, if you guys know, you have to go and play karaoke with other characters, with all the other NPCs. And I have been so excited about doing karaoke myself live with people, so I really would love to do that as well at some point. NTM station. Should I apply for that job? NTM station. Yeah. 100%. Go for it. Apply. Why have you not already applied? What is holding you back? Ace of Pentacles. A new financial opportunity. Yeah. So go for it. 100%. I don't have anything else to add. It's 100%. It's in the bag. It's very sure. Go for it. Apply for the job. Yeah. As a general rule, guys, you should know that you should apply to things, you know, apply and see what happens. Contact people and see what happens. I can tell you from my own experience, the most things I regretted in my life were things I did not have the courage to do, or I couldn't be bothered, you know, to go ahead and do them. I never regretted things I did, even if the things I did were mistakes, even if I got, you know, slapped back by the universe. It was always important. It was always an experience. I always gained something from it, even when I felt like I lost things. So just put yourself out there and see what happens, you know? You can always say no, you can always change your mind, you can always choose something else or something different. But it's better to try than never to have tried, right? Okay, let's see. Raj Prajuli, my life partner, she said, let's separate after 15 years. And now I come to know she's getting to get married end of this month. Oh, I wish her great life, but I wanted to know what I have done. Oh my goodness. This is really harsh. This is like a double blow, you know. Raj, let's see, what have you done? So we have here the Hierophant and number 5. I definitely feel like your connection was not helping you to grow spiritually. So this is not a question of what have you done. You did everything you could, but you are not able to grow and change as a human being if you keep staying in that relationship. So it's like spirit came in and removed this relationship because you have other important things to achieve. With the high priest here, this is about a spiritual path that has just opened up in front of you. So don't think that you're to blame or that there was something really bad. It was just, it's like you are beginning, you're now being redirected on a completely different path. You have other beautiful things to achieve. Change had to happen. You know, you had to be pushed into this direction. And unfortunately, your heart had to be broken. And the fact that your partner is, well, your ex-partner is about to get married is showing that there is no going back. So Spirit is saying, we pushed you in a different direction. Don't try to go back because that is really done and over with. So you are free now to explore this spiritual part of your life. And you'll see that amazing things are going to come. Yeah. Okay, Reggie Veggie. Sorry, Lexi, I'm not sure if you already answered, but I left chat halfway. Where did you go? We missed you. Okay. I would like to know whether I should stay in my current job or move on to better things, self-employment. Okay, shoot. Reggie Veggie, stay in the current job. I would say not with that name. I see that the current occupation is making you miserable. Okay, Three of Swords. Reggie, what are you doing there? It's really not something that you want to wake up to. I see that there is betrayal. Maybe you wanted to apply for a promotion or you wanted to climb the ranks in your current occupation and you're constantly being sent back to the drawing board. You're being denied access or, you know, they're telling you something and then the next day they're telling you something else. I definitely see that you have to make a decision about separating from your current place of employment. It's up to you what you will decide to do afterwards, but I see clearly that where you are right now, you are made to feel miserable. You're made to feel like you don't really matter, you're not prioritized. There are other people that are constantly being placed forward in front of you, and that's just really, it's really seeping your sense of confidence. Okay, Reggie? So, let's see. Maliha Rahman. Oh, hi Maliha. Recently, a guy offered me a romantic relationship as well as a business partnership. Should I go for it? What? Okay. Is this your boss? Okay, so let's see. Romantic relationship as well as a business partnership. God bless. Let's see. Eh, so should you go for it? I mean, yeah. We have here the Six of Cups and the Lovers. I think that this could be a helper from a past life. So you may have met somebody that is a dharmic counterpart, somebody that loved you and helped you in a past life, and now you have reconnected with them during this Venus retrograde. But I see that this relationship is not so much about money or business energy. This is more about love. It's kind of like this person was using a business proposal to try to get to you somehow. It's like I can only talk to this person and I want to impress her by proposing a business strategy to her. But I see that eventually this relationship is going to be less business and more love. Yeah. So I definitely feel you should try it. You know, now Venus is direct, go ahead. You will be able to see the other person with more clarity. And there's an important decision that you need to make in your love life. Yeah. So the Lover's card is really strongly emphasized at the moment because Jupiter is in Gemini. And as you guys know, Gemini is the Lover's card in the tarot. So good luck or extra good luck when we pull the Lover's card in a reading. Just be you. What new beginning? What two new beginning ahead for me? I don't understand the question. Are you saying what two new beginnings? Or let's just take it more generally. For you, just be you. What new beginning lies ahead of you? Let's see. We have here the Jack of Coins or the Jack of Pentacles. So this is the page. I see very strongly that you should begin writing in a variety of different ways. You should write applications. You should maybe write pieces of work, reports. You should write emails. Maybe you should write your thoughts down in a diary. I feel that a new beginning is something that you will manifest with the power of your mind and with the daily discipline of writing things down, taking notes, creating post-its, organizing yourself by having a blackboard, you know, and writing stuff on it. I definitely feel like your new beginning will come with a period of study as well. So you may need to sign up for a course of training, higher education, anything that could improve your skills. Yeah. I'm glad it helped, Reggie. Please pull a card for me, Sarah. Okay, Sarah. Please don't cry. Okay, so we have... Oh, Sarah. I pulled a card for you. Be careful what you wish for. Yes, the alarm outside is letting me know the same thing. Let me just sip from coffee. I'm just having to be careful because I have some lipstick stains on the coffee. On the kitty cup. Sarah, are you ready for this? First of all, I see that you need to rest. We have the Four of Swords here. You are very close to burning out. Rest. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where the hospital is forcing you to rest, yeah? So take some time to rest. It's the weekend. Have a nap after this session, you know? You are allowed to rest. It's okay to rest. If you've been feeling quite sleepless or restless, there are herbal medicine that you can take that are very mild on the body and that can help you sleep. So I highly recommend exploring that, doing some research. I see very strongly that you are going through a big transformation. Something in your life is being taken away from you so that something else can come in. And you need to take all the time that you have at your disposal to schedule in moments of sleep and rest. When we sleep, we clear our memories, we make space for new things, our mind processes a lot of the things that happen to us during the day. So it's an important hygiene to keep to a strict schedule of sleeping while you are undergoing big transformations, okay? You're helping yourself in such a big, powerful way. And sleep is free and it's super good for you. So take it where you can, yeah? Okay. Maliha. Oh my God, I sensed it too. Deep down, I felt like that business idea is a way for him to get close with me romantically. Yeah, definitely. But it's actually kind of cute. I mean, you have to hand it to him. It's not like there's nothing dishonest here. Just sometimes, you know, a person likes you, they respect you, and they're figuring out ways to try to get in touch with you, you know, in a way that doesn't freak you out. It's like sometimes for certain people, just coming up at you and saying, hey, I like you, be with me, it's a bit too much, you know, so they have to figure out strategies. So it's very cute. It shows that this person really is thinking of you as something long term, as somebody that is respected, you know. Nehal, I asked like 40 times my question. Please answer. Sorry, Nehal, but we are a lot of people here in the chat, and I'm having these issues with visibility of the chat. I have to literally put my finger on the screen. Yeah. So, hey Lexi, please tell me when I will find love. All my life, no man loved me. Never been in a relationship, but in a situationship. All my friends are in relationships. I'm 25 now. Nehal, you have to have a look at your birth chart, because it could be that you are being delayed by the divine on purpose. Also, it's not at all good to compare yourself with other people, because your journey is very different from the journey of others, yeah? It could be that a person, like your friend, maybe your friend has Moon conjunct Venus or Jupiter conjunct Venus, and she goes through 15 different relationships by the time you actually meet your soulmate. Maybe you have Venus conjunct Saturn, which means that you will have to undergo a couple of disappointments in love. You will be blocked or limited from finding your soulmate, yeah? But eventually you will find that person. As an example, look at Selena Gomez. She has Saturn in the 7th house. And we all know that she found Justin Bieber, fell in love with him, but they couldn't be together. There was a painful separation, a painful breakup, a lot of things that she had to undergo. And now she's in a connection with Benny Blanco, right? She found somebody that, although he doesn't look like the best counterpart, he is a person that makes her happy. So I'm not saying to compare yourself to Selena, but choose your models of comparison wisely and understand that your path is yours. So after this mini love lecture, let's see what the cards have to say. I don't know why I'm so talkative tonight. I think it's because of Libra. Libra energy is very chatty, yeah? So, for you, Nehan, I hope, Nehal, yeah. Nehal, you're a Capricorn. Oh my goodness, my love, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. And first of all, what I would say is that as a Capricorn, you come into your energy later on, much later on than other people. Yeah. First of all, if you're a Capricorn and you're young, you have to put a lot of effort into becoming financially stable. And love follows after you become financially stable. It's kind of like the general rule with Capricorns. You first need to study, start earning money, get your own home, and then love comes. Yeah, that's kind of the path that Saturn has in front of you. Um, it's very difficult to actually be successful in love before a certain age. And look at all famous Capricorns; they are doing so much better in old age. And the good part is that you will age like a fine wine, so you shouldn't worry that you're not experiencing love at 25. You may experiencing blossoming, soul drenching love at 56, for example, and it's still going to feel amazing. It's just that it will come later on than for other people. I see that at the moment for you, Nahal, we have here the Ace of Swords. So this is about thinking differently about yourself and about relationships, love. And I think this is why I took so long to try to explain these things to you, because I'm trying to help you acquire a new mindset. Yeah. You know the saying, good things happen to those who can wait. I think a Capricorn created that. Yeah, because indeed, Capricorns live the best part of their lives after their first Saturn return, so after the age of 30. Up until then, you are being given a lot of time, a lot of space to study and to become a financial mogul. That's what you need to focus on right now. Study and work and learning from life experiences. And once you are able to settle the strong foundation, you will gain confidence, you will start to relax, you will be less impatient, and that's when love will come. But you first need to do these things to prove to yourself, I am solid. Yeah. And I can tell you because I have a moon conjunct Saturn, and yeah, it's been a lot of emotional effort. Okay. Sanch, come on, you're cheating. Sanch, I already gave you the full moon blessing. Did you forget? Or are you just repeating the same question? I see you guys, okay? I see you. Yeah? When the chat decides to show me your comment, I see you. Sinsev, let's find our Benny. Yeah. You know what I really love about Selena and Benny? And I'm actually writing their birth chart interpretation. So hopefully in the next 2 days, I may release on the spiritual cosmos an astrological analysis about their relationship. What I like about their relationship is that Selena is showing us finally, since we are so obsessed with mewing and cosmetic surgeries and everything, she's showing us that, love don't have to do with anything physical, right? Maybe physical in the sense of giving each other physical pleasure, but you don't have to be like a really good looking phenomenal person to be loved, right? And that's what I like about this connection. It's bringing us back down with feet on the ground, because we've been so obsessed with image and superficiality that we are pushing away people that may be very good for us just because they don't look like a celebrity that we adore, or because they don't look perfect, or their teeth are not perfect, or their hair is not perfect. Or we have to start seeing people at the level of a soul, not just physically. Yeah. And at the level of a soul, I feel that Benny Blanco is very creative, and he's very like adaptable and flexible to her needs. And that's exactly what a power woman like her needs at the moment, right? Anyway, that's just my opinion. I will tell you more, guys, in the astrological video. Um, Sanch, you're going to have to rewatch this entire clip once I finish it and upload it, and you'll see that I actually answered your question. Your blessing was the Nine of Cups. Yeah, I remember. Shah. Thank you kindly for your donations, guys. You don't have to send me these donations, you know that, right? But they're very welcomed. They will help feed my cats, okay? Just so you know, you are contributing to the diet of Noah, Sol, and Luna, and they are very grateful. And if they could wake up, they would meow with pleasure. So thank you kindly. Laura, I feel the same as Nechal. I'm also a Capricorn, 24 years old and no relationship. I get you, stay positive. There's another issue, guys. In between the ages of 22 and 24, we experience our first Saturn square. So if you're a Capricorn and you're experiencing your Saturn square, it's like you feel it in a more intense way. So you feel the burden, the pressure of responsibility. You may feel lonely. I was in a relationship with the one who was supposed to become my future husband when I was experiencing my Saturn square, and I was feeling so lonely. And the reason for it was not because he didn't love me, but I was in a different culture. I moved from Romania to Germany and I didn't speak the language, and the culture was so very different than what I was accustomed to. So I felt lonely and isolated and like I was worthless. Like, people were treating me like I was a second-hand citizen, like I was their maid or something. And that was because of this Saturn square. So in between 22 and 24, that's why Taylor Swift has an album with the same number, because 22 is really important. You experience this Saturn square. And the best thing you can do is hunker down and do something to get yourself above. Like, for example, for me, I realized that in order to get people to respect me in Germany, I had to learn the language. So I learned the language, I put all of my effort into it. It's a very difficult language, but the state was offering me free language lessons, free transportation, and I was like, sure, I'll take it. If you pay for my language courses, I'll show up each day and I'll learn your language. And I learned the language, and people started respecting me because then I would hear and understand what they were talking to me behind my back, and I would turn around and reply to them, and they were shocked that the Romanian could speak German so beautifully. So that's how you earn respect in situations like this. You have to study, you have to work, you have to put the effort, and then you can talk back and clap back at people, okay? Revenge is a life well lived. Revenge is skills. It's not about hitting somebody or bringing somebody down with a weapon or cheating on them. Revenge is being better at something because you're in a competition with yourself. Revenge is showing people that no matter how many times they have hurt you, you're still in love with somebody. You still manage to have a family. You still own a home. You still are doing well and thriving in life. That's the best kind of revenge, yeah? Germany is a Capricorn country, I think. I think you may be correct, but I still need to check it out. I was really surprised to see that a lot of the Nordic countries are Gemini, right? Like Finland, Sweden, I think Norway or Denmark is also Gemini. Japan is Aquarius, obviously. I wouldn't place any other sign. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I looked at Germany and it was maybe Libra. Like they celebrate Einheitsday in October, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong, okay? No, don't worry, Laura. It wasn't all of them. It was, you know, I was in a specific region in Germany. I also entered Germany through the south. And the south is very traditional and it's less, people are obsessed with cleanliness, with God, with tradition. In the north part of Germany, completely different culture. I mean, I loved Hamburg, Bremen, Berlin. It was like Aachen, I made so many friends there and they were so open-minded and so inclusive. But it's just I was in Bavaria. And although Bavaria is gorgeous, very romantic, very clean, very beautiful, it's not the best introduction to Germany, I would say. Like if you want to go there and you're very like young and open-minded, try to go to the north, okay? Go to the north first and then slide back down to the south. Unfortunately, my karma took me to the south first. But it was good for me. It built me up into the person that I am today. I'm so grateful. I'm so, so grateful to the German people. So, yeah. Saint Therese Taylor. Yes, they have very light-hearted energy, the Nordic countries. I love the fact that people just, understand personal space in Nordic countries. People just let you do things. I love the fact that they really enjoy working and they create these really nice, comfortable, relaxing working environments. Like Eastern Europe is crazy about that. Everybody is they don't like working and they bring a lot of stress into the workplace and it's chaotic and people don't understand personal space. But we are more relaxed with other things, more creative. We manage to make things work even in the worst circumstances. Very resourceful. Yeah. So, Saint Therese. May I know why my high school sweetheart keeps coming back? I'm scared of being used, but I love her. Okay, so, and I think I'm gonna take just 2 or 3 more questions, and then I'm gonna stop the stream because it's already close to 2 hours. It felt like 3. And I also noticed the card 3. So I see here a lot of karma between you and your person. Sorry, it's like cards dropped all over the place, Teres. It seems like the situation is very intense. I see here the devil and the 5 of Swords. Why this ex keeps coming back? Because you don't want to let her go. You keep manifesting her by thinking about her, by not making a decision in the situation. You keep bringing her back up. You have to make a decision. Do you still want her in your life or not? Yeah, the devil is about separation. It's kind of weird because it's about understanding that the chains that connect you to somebody are actually the chains that you created at the same time. So you have the power to just say, enough, enough, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like a person that has an addiction, you know? You can rationalize it and think, oh, it's always the exterior, it's always life hitting me. That's why I always go back to the drug or to the alcohol. But in reality, you have the power to just wake up one day and say, enough, you know, no matter how hard it is, I'm not going to keep falling back into that toxic pattern. I made the decision, I love myself, and I'm not going to fall back into that pattern. And that's what you need to do as well, Saint Teres, okay? So that you will stop manifesting this high school sweetheart, yeah? So just make the decision. That's it. We're over. We're done. I no longer want to think of you. If it helps you, throw away emails or delete emails, throw away clothes or any objects that remind you of this person. Please don't keep any old photos lying around. It's really important that when you separate with somebody, in general, for everybody, it's important to know that when you separate from somebody and you made a decision, that's it, my relationship to this person is done and over with, that you remove old objects. I know it's hard because sometimes you have rings or maybe they have given you something very precious. But you can, you know, sell it or donate it or give it to somebody else so that the energy changes. You have to trust that you will receive something else from the new person that will enter into your life, yeah? And be willing to just relinquish the objects, the energy, the words, the thoughts that you had with that person. You will always keep the memories, and that's what the soul will keep forever and ever, and that's the most important part. Although our materialistic culture is saying, keep the objects, keep the money, you know, keep the house. What actually matters when you're gone from this earthly plane is the memory of your soul, of what your soul went through and experienced and felt in that connection. That's the only thing you're going to take with you in the afterlife. Yeah, I think. I may be mistaken, you know. The Egyptians thought that you needed some objects as well. So that's just my humble opinion because I cannot tell you with certainty what you take with you in the afterlife. But from what I've studied and felt and intuitively imagined, yeah, it seems more likely that we will take our memories with us rather than our credit card. Ashley, congratulations! I got accepted into the PhD program. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. I'm going to brag a little bit and kind of like piggyback on your success, Ashley. Please forgive me for this, but yes, we talked about this in your personal reading. I knew that you were gonna make it. So, any advice or caution or encouragement from Spirit? Congratulations, I'm so happy for you. You're gonna be a doctor. Okay, so let's see. High Priestess. I think this appeared in the 3-card spread I did for you, Ashley, right? So the High Priestess, you don't know. You're going to have to watch and wait. Things are still developing. All you can do at the moment is work with yourself, focus on yourself, continue on this beautiful spiritual journey, and use your intuition. Whenever possible, use your intuition. Develop that inner radar that tells you this feels right, this doesn't feel right. But for the time being, just study, keep doing the good work because you're on the right path. Yeah, it's a fated card. Okay, one more question. Lexi, may I know if I will be in union with my twin flame? Oh, Sha, did I not answer your question? Okay, sorry. I apologize for that. I missed it. So, for Sha, what will the person of the strongest romantic connection of the few I make this year be like? Oh, so you're following up on the question with the Jupiter card. Let's see. So, what will the person be like? Yeah, cards are flipping out of the deck again. Okay, first of all, they may be a little bit younger than you. Not by a lot, okay, so don't worry, it's still a legal relationship, but they will be a little bit young or young at heart. They come with this energy of a page, right? So not a king or a knight, but a page. Um, Maybe 1 or 2 years younger than you, or maybe the same age as you, but they feel a little bit like fresh, young, youthful. I see here definitely a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. So they will be intelligent, technologically savvy, very much in their minds, like good philosophers, great conversationalists, you know, very interested in politics, progress, technology, innovation, very stylish individuals. They look good, they smell good, they have a great smile. Um, People that are sociable. When you meet this person, fall in love with them, you're not only going to have a relationship with them, but with all of their friends. So, very sociable people, very well connected. They can introduce you to a lot of new people as well. Very educated, sophisticated. Yeah. Okay, so that's for you, Sha. And I had another person here. Shish. May I know when I will be in union with my twin flame? Okay, so let's see. Top or bottom? Bottom. Okay. When will you be in union with your twin flame? So we got the Queen of Pentacles again. The Queen and the King of Pentacles kept popping up in the readings tonight. Wow. Okay. So this could be a very fortunate time for Capricorns, Taurians, Virgos to meet and partner up with people that could be helping them in some way. I see that for you, Shish, during Virgo season, Taurus season, or Capricorn season. That's when you will come into union with your twin flame. We are just entering Taurus season. It is spring. It may very well happen. It depends on how ready you are to come into contact with yourself, because you know, twin flame union is a body. Yeah. Wow. And when I said that, we got disconnected. Wow, okay. So yeah, definitely energy shift. So keep that in mind. Falling in love with your twin flame, being in a relationship with them is the constant effort of seeing yourself through the other person and loving yourself. Because when you see yourself, you sometimes also are very critical of the things you see in yourself. So you may be very critical of the other person and push them away, but that's the whole point of a twin flame connection, deep self-acceptance. And the moment when you're ready for that, that's when it will manifest. But keep in mind, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn season are the seasons for you to ground this love, yeah? And you're very lucky because it's coming right up. Okay, did you guys see the redirection? Did the live chat stopped? For a moment I had that thing that was showing me, like the bubble that was showing me that it's a connection interrupted. Yeah, Ashley, oh my God. Ashley's paying so much attention. It's like that's the third time, the third time for that card. Yes, indeed. We had so many times the Queen and the King of Pentacles. Okay, final question for somebody whose name I cannot pronounce. I'm just gonna read the vowels. Waesertf. Guys, come on, choose better avatars. Choose some avatars that I can pronounce, like real names or funny names, like Reggie Veggie. Okay, so I've met a man. We stared at each other. Should I make a move towards him? Oh, Anna. Thank you for signing your real name, Anna. So let's see. Should you make a move? Should Anna make a move towards her man? I mean, you know, depending on the situation, there shouldn't be anything stopping you. Some men find it very flattering when women initiate, you know, because they most of the time are expected to initiate all the time, that it could be like exhausting. And as a man, it could be really flattering if a woman hits on you first. No, we got the Queen of Pentacles again. Yeah, I think the deck is a bit tired. I'm gonna use the other one. Aha, okay, there we go. So I used the Moon and Stars Tarot, and we got the King of Swords. And this is knowledge. Anna, I'm tempted to say that you need to know this person a little bit better before you make a move on them. I see that this person is open to communication, so you can definitely strike up a conversation, but get to know this person by talking with them, by checking details about themselves. If they have social media presences, check them, if they're open to the public. It wouldn't hurt to have a look, at what this person is interested in, and maybe talk to this person about what they like and dislike. Maybe this person has an Instagram, it's open to the public, and you get to have a look over it, and you see that they like to read, or they have a cat or a dog, so you can strike up a conversation with this person about dogs or reading. I definitely see that this person is open to communication, so it's up to you whether you want to make a move. The move should definitely be something related to conversation. Have a conversation with them about something that they like. Yeah. Okay. And on this note, my throat is a little bit itchy because I've been talking straight through for 2 hours. Exactly. Malika summarized it the best. Research and information before striking a move. But don't be afraid, ladies, to hit on men that you like. Do it politely, do it gently, do it respectfully, and I'm sure it's gonna be okay. I can tell you from my own experience, I hit on my first husband, yeah, because I have a string of them. But hey, maybe I just blessed myself. Maybe my second husband is coming in very soon. I'm already getting some very strong signs. I began the year by finding on the streets a man's wedding ring, and I did a reading for myself recently. The age 39 appeared, so who knows? Maybe next year, guys, I'm gonna take you on a journey with my wedding, if I'm lucky enough. But in general, don't be afraid to reach out to people. Use words. Be polite. Be kind. Be compassionate. And even if that other person rejects you, just see it as God's way of protecting you. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you kindly for your donations. As I said, they are going directly into the bowls of my cats. So you are feeding 3 stray cats from Romania that have become my family. So thank you for gently and kindly for that. Tomorrow is a really blessed day, at least in my Christian Orthodox calendar. We have something called Flori, or the Flower Festival. It's basically commemorating Jesus's entry into Jerusalem when he was apparently welcomed with a lot of flowers, and a lot of the women in Romania that have been born or have been given flower names, they celebrate their birthday. So if your name is Margareta, Camelia, I don't know, Trandafira, I don't know if somebody actually has this name. I think that I've heard of somebody at the countryside having that name. If you have a flower name as a woman, then happy Names Day, and stay blessed. It's a week full of light, the week right before Easter. I think that if you're Catholic, you're celebrating your Easter before that. I think you may be celebrating your Easter right now or a week after the Christian Orthodox. But as a Christian Orthodox, we celebrate on the 20th of April. Yeah, so next weekend. And yeah, flowers everywhere. Flowers are always welcomed, and I may be preparing very soon a flower petals energy reading because I have these beautiful roses and I'm just gonna wait for them to wilt, and then I'll be creating a reading for you guys. Yeah. Dahlia. Yeah, Anna. Yeah, definitely. If your name is Dahlia, you celebrate your name's day tomorrow. So yeah. Anyway, take great care of yourselves. I love you. God bless you, and see you 4 weeks from now at the next full moon. Wow, it's gonna be a journey. I hope I'll be in a different location. I love you guys. Take care. Ciao.